Hey, this video is probably not for you. If you don't believe in your heart that we are spiritual beings on a human journey, don't bother. This is not for you. If you do believe that, if you feel that, if you sense that, if you know that, then just stick around for a few minutes because I want to share some things that are probably going to be very helpful and important for you to know. So, the challenge that I've observed over 30 years of studying the interface between spiritual growth and ordinary life on planet Earth is that there are stages in the evolution of the spiritual journey that for most of us who awaken to the spiritual nature of life, we have no map for, we have no direct guidance for, and so we have to piece it together using mystical traditions, using mystical teachers and practices, exploring different traditions and the pieces that fit and make sense to us. And then, if we're on a healing journey, which at some level we all are, we've got to also marry that with psychology and somatic work and integrative medicine and all that shit. And it's complicated. It's complicated. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of analogy of how this progression works. And I think you're going to find it helpful. I know this dog that's listening is quite enthusiastic. So stay with me. Just it's not going to take a lot longer. My son loves football, and he plays football. He's a teenager. He's an amazing player, and I'll be perfectly honest, when I was his age, I was studying the stuff that I can help you with, that I can teach you. Football, no. In fact, even about a year ago, I did not even understand the basic concept of football, how people scored points, what the different positions were. I'm telling you, it was completely foreign. I didn't even believe that it was worth my time and energy. I couldn't see or feel the value. Now, in a parallel way, the world is filled with people who don't understand the spiritual journey. They don't understand the elements of it. They don't understand the rules of it, the players, as it was for me in football. They're not even interested. But then I had a reason to get more involved. My son. I started watching games, I started paying attention, I started asking questions, and little by little, it started to make sense. I could see the patterns, I could understand the strategy. And the same is true as we have spiritual experiences. The things that we read and the teachers we've heard about start to make sense. We're able to start to piece it together. And then eventually, remarkably, after quite a bit of study and help from others, and watching games with people who really love football, I can follow a game and I more or less know what's going on. I have a sense who's got the ball, what direction they're going, why the play is run the way it's run. I even know what the yard lines are all about. I had no clue. So now I get it. I can enjoy a football game. And similarly, people cross that threshold from not being interested in spirituality to being convinced that there is something there, and then finally entering the arena in which they can understand the journey, and then they begin to want to go deeper. They don't want to just read the teachings of the mystics and the masters. They want to live it for themselves. That would be like me trying to play football. Now think about that analogy. From not even thinking it was worth watching to picking up some pieces to understanding it, it's still a huge leap to living it, to playing it, and to have the kind of instincts that adults and kids that have been playing it their whole lives, that they have naturally. And this is where so many of you are at on the spiritual path. You know that you're a soul. You believe in the oneness of creation. You know that God or the universe is a living consciousness that we are interacting with. But how the hell do you connect that to your job and to your relationship and to your nervous system and to all the information and conditioning and culture that is constantly around you and pulling you in another direction? And I'm going to tell you, it's not as hard as you'd think. I have a course right now. It's 2 parts. And normally I do stuff like this and it's like hundreds of dollars a person because I've been doing this a long time and I have some best-selling books. You can check them out. Return to the Sacred and Spiritual Experience are 2 great books if you're interested in this stuff. But I have a program, 2 classes, live online, interactive. I'm offering it for 50% off a price that's already super affordable. And I hope you're going to join me because we're going to cross into the new territory. We're going to cross the threshold of believing it and feeling it into integrating it and living it. What does it mean to embrace a divine perspective every day of our lives so that we can make sense of the world around us, our place in it, our purpose, and have a framework of understanding even for the conditioning, the culture, the impulses, the old habits that are trying to pull us away from the calling of our soul. So I hope you're going to check it out. Divine Perspective, Divine Perception, how to live fully as a soul in a human life. If this resonates and you've made it this far in this video, please go to my website, check out the class. I will give you the 50% off. Even if it's expired, you can email me. Let's get you in the class and let's get to living fully. That's all I got to say. Catch you later. Bye.